this Dutch 8. They row sweetly, they row so well. They are on the near side of the picture. Orange, you can't miss them, orange rowing suits. And the boys from Australia, green and gold, likewise. Both coxes with their hands down.
Go!
And we are off in the final of the 2025 Grand Challenge Cup. Australia on the Berkshire station, Hollandia on the Bug station. Great start from both crews. Hollandia just gave it to Cambridge yesterday. Will they be leading when they come out the island, Akil?
I don't know. It's always tough at the beginning of the race. You getting your legs down, just accelerating the oars through the water. And you know, this Dutch crew had a tough one with Cambridge, coming back a little bit in the semifinals. But right now, it looks as though they're trying to edge their nose out just a little bit and get there.
Yeah,
get that lead.
The Dutch took a third of a length and they held it. They haven't quite got as much on the Australians, but Mick Macker and Jan van der Boy in the stern of that Dutch 8. If you look at the guy who shaved his head, Finn Florijn, the Olympic champion from Paris in the men's quads. His sister is here to watch him race. His dad, well, what he does is stroll around the streets of his hometown because he can't bear the pressure. And that's his dad, who's got 2 Olympic gold medals for the Netherlands. Sander de Graaf, the big man, he's also shaved his head there, we can see here. And the Dutch are really motoring.
Yeah, they're really moving that boat. You can see the acceleration from the oar. Look at that backsplash right there. Really connecting, nice and long, staying strong. But it looks as though Australia is starting to take a move.
Yeah, that's a great move from the Australians. But it's going to be punch and counter-punch. A look across from the Dutch bowman, Eli Brewer, the 24-year-old. Keep your eyes in, Eli. Australia will be ahead at the barrier. They first won this event back in 1912 when, as Sydney Rowing Club, it was the national team came over. The great Sid Middleton in the 6th seat. There's Alex Hill, an equally great Australian in the stroke seat. Olympic gold medal from Tokyo, silver medal from Rio. A great servant to Australian rowing, the 32-year-old, doing some of his best rowing this year, Akil.
Yeah, it's a lot of experience in that Australian boat there, led by Alex Hill. He's going to want to cap off this week at Henley with the win, so we'll see if they continue to move.
I think what this Australian 8 do, they're rowing in pretty much the same way that the 4 do. That's Nick Pender, who's up in the 2 seat, Fergus Hamilton, whose dad rowed for Great Britain, Austin Reiner in the bows of the Australian 8, and Alex Hill. They have killed everybody in the men's 4 this year. And they've got in the 8 with the likes of Jack Robertson and Angus Dawson, the former Cal alumnus. And this 8 has got sweet music. The Dutch, frankly, I kind of prefer the way the Dutch row, coached by Diederik Simon himself, who won the Grand here back in 2004. If you remember, you've seen The Social Network, the Facebook movie, that was him against the 2 Winklevoss brothers, the Facebook twins. The Dutch look sweet, but this power of the Australians, nobody can seem to touch it, the keel.
Yeah, they're really accelerating the boat well. I love the way that they're getting after it, you know, a little bit slower on the start, but right now they've settled in, and I think that this is sort of what happened before in yesterday's in the semifinal. You know, they just settled in, and now they're moving really well.
The Aussies last won this race in a fantastic contest back in 2018 against the Romanians. The Romanians led them, and then the Australians rode through them. Alex Hill was in that boat. He's won the Grand already. This could be a 2nd title for him. The Dutch, they've always fancied themselves on a sprint finish, Akil.
Yeah, now the last time that they won this was in 2006. They won here at Henley, and so 20 years. We'll see if they can find anything. They're going to have to start moving now to claw back into that race.
This Dutch 8 took silver just behind the British, and the way it's going at the moment, I think this Australian 8 could have been a worthy challenger to the British. They had the most awful Olympic in Paris, the Australian men's team, but now they are back. They've got Nicolo Maragiovanni, who was working with Ireland last year, coaching this 8, but Chris O'Brien has been coaching the 4. He has done so much to lift these guys. There's Alex Hill in the stroke seat. Angus Dawson, the 24-year-old, Alex Nicol behind him in the 6th seat. And these men don't look like they can be touched.
I don't know. I don't think the Dutch are going to let them go that easily. They have a strong finish, and I'm hoping to see a little bit of that move right now.
It's late at night in Australia, but if you're watching this Henley Regatta on the Sunday, welcome. We love to have you with us. As if you are watching in the Netherlands, I know there are a lot of Netherlands guys here watching the event around the banks, and Australians too. They've looked sweet, they've looked really tight and perfect. The technique is fantastic for the Australians. The Dutch don't seem to be able to make any impression. Mick Macker there, Yandam Verbaai behind him, the Olympic champion, Finn Florijn. They can't make an impact on the Australians.
Yeah, they've had the whole race to try and put something together, but the Australian crew has been too strong.
So it is Rowing Australia who come up to the finish in the 3 o'clock race, the Grand Challenge Cup, the oldest event in Henley. And in 2025, it will be the Australians' names that go on it. Fantastic triumph for them. The Netherlands, it wasn't to be for Hollandia Row Club. But yet again, a team from Australia gets their names on the Grand Challenge Cup.